Hey everyone, back with another video here. This is a tip that I want to give you guys when using your abrasive disc chop saws. Basically what I've got going on here is another video series that I wasn't going to show too much work on. I'm basically making some metals rectangles for a piece of furniture that the customer is going to be building. And you can see here I've got all these cut at 45s. I've got two sets. These are 20-inch long. These are 18-inch long. And I basically wanted to show you guys my method of trying to get a square of a cut as possible while doing a 45-degree cut with an abrasive saw. For those that have used these chop saws, you know that the blade flexes when you cut angles. I'm not sure how well you're able to see that, but it'll flex, you know, an 1/8 inch to almost even a 1/4 inch, depending on how much pressure you put on it when you're initially starting the cut. So here's what I've got going on. Basically, I measured the distance. I've got my saw clamped down to my welding table, and I measured the distance between this plate here that I welded to the edge of the table. This is all squared up to where it's going to be cutting. I made sure my cut is perfectly at a 45. I didn't trust this. I used a square to make sure that it was at a 45. So now I've got all my pieces. Instead of shoving a full 24-foot length in there, I cut the pieces down to make sure that they were about 1 inch longer than what I actually needed. So this is cut to 19 inches. So basically what I'm doing here is I'm putting this in here and sliding it up against the stop. Now that's going to give me 18 inches. Now, even though this isn't cut yet, this will still be butted up against here, one of these corners, and it'll be 18 inches to there. So that's fine, as long as it's not 18 inches to this cut, but 18 inches to the part of the cut that's over here. Hope that makes sense to you guys, because that's at an angle. So anyways, I got that set at 18 inches. Now this is what I'm actually doing here. I've got two pieces of 1/8 inch flat bar. It's 1/8 inch by 1 inch flat bar. This one had a little bit of a weld bead on it. You can see here. And I'm using these as spacers, okay? Because I know this blade's gonna flex, especially if I try to cut this fast. I'm basically picking this up. I'm sliding these underneath, dropping that down, which will lift the front part of this piece that I'm cutting up. Make sure that this is pressed down on this side, and then I'm going to crank this down, okay? So I need both hands for this. I'm going to set you guys on the tripod, and basically once I've got this tightened down, I can pull these two pieces out of here, make my first cut. Flip it over, bump it up against the stop over here, put the spacers in, make my cut. And it's not going to get it perfect, but it should get it within about a 1/16 of an inch, which is well within my tolerances, so that should be good. So let me put you guys on the tripod and we'll get this done. I've got this cut. Now, because I'm fitting these up, I'm not going to be putting a weld bead on the inside of this corner when the pieces are put together. They're only going to be on the outside and the outside corner. So this edge is more crucial than any other edge. So I'm going to check the square on that. Okay, if you look here, it is, I mean, it's hard for you guys to really tell. It's out of focus, but I would say it's closer than 1/16 of an inch. So that's really good. That's the kind of tolerances that I'm looking for. And this one looks like it's spot on. So that's my tip for you guys. I know a lot of you guys out there will go out and buy the cold cut saws, and I absolutely want one, but I just don't have, you know, $300 or $300+ to throw at one. So I keep using my abrasive saw for that. That's my tip, to try to square up your cuts as much as possible when you're doing angles. When you're doing a 90-degree cut, you don't have to worry about that. But when you're doing 45s or any kind of angled cuts, you will, because the blade hits that angled surface of the metal and pushes it over to the side. So that's my tip. If you guys are interested in this saw, Porter Cable chop saw, it's about 120 bucks if I remember correctly on Amazon. I'll put the link down in the description. It's a good saw. Had it over a year now, I think. It's worked well, hasn't let me down. So check that out. Thanks for watching. Like always, subscribe, comment, like. Check out alvarezmetalworks.com. Go like my Facebook page, please. I'll put that link down in the description as well. Follow me on Twitter. That'll be in the description as well. One last thing. If you guys really want to help me out and you guys are in the market for LED bars, I'm going to put a link down in the description for my Facebook page for Illumin LED, okay? That's my new company. If you guys want to help me out in any way, shape, or form, go to Facebook. If you're on Facebook, share that page, please. Get your friends to like it. Check out my products if you're at all interested in it, and talk to you guys later.